was the night before Christmas at the neighborhood mall. The last-minute shoppers had bought to the walls. They'd cleaned off the shelves, the racks, and the floor. They had charged to their limit. There was nothing more.
The shopkeepers rang their last cash, check, or plastic. What a day this had been! The sales were fantastic. But their smiles seemed forced as they filled the last sack. Their Christmas facades were beginning to crack.
We're closing now, folks. We're cutting the lights. Thanks for shopping with us. Merry... Get out. Good night.
The glassy-eyed mob trundled out to the lot thinking,
how can we wrap all this? Who have we forgot?
But the one thing uppermost in their minds in the dark,
just let me get home. Tell me, where did we park?
Then someone noticed old Franklin McGee. The security guard from parking lot C? Well, he stood still as a lamppost in the midst of one aisle. He was looking straight up. On his face, a vague smile.
What's the matter with him?
Someone said.
He looks weird.
What's the matter with him is too much Christmas cheer.
Well, maybe somebody ought to go help the old guy.
Franklin just kept staring up into the sky.
I saw it.
Frank muttered.
Well, at least I think that I did. It flew right across the dipper, right there over my head. Well, there was Santa and reindeer and toys and all that. Well, they flew across the whole sky in 3 seconds flat.
Now, the general consensus was that Frank slipped a gear. Reactions were ranging from laughter to fear. A few folks agreed something had to be done, but what? Tie him up? Maybe call 911? Well, he couldn't just stand there, whether sane or disturbed. So I took him aside and sat him down on the curb.
I really did see them. I know that I did. I haven't been near this close since I was a kid. I remember that Christmas I was 7 or 8. I heard hoofs on the roof, but I was too late to see them take off, though I knew they'd been there, delivering toys from up there in the air.
Oh, it's funny, I said. I remember that too. I stayed awake late. It was, I think, 52? Oh, the bells and the laughter, how real it all seemed. But I awoke the next morning thinking it was a dream. And dreams about Santa just don't seem to last. Believing to growing up goes by, oh, so fast. We all stood around, kind of quiet for a while, remembering how Christmases were as a child. Then someone looked round and said,
Hey, who was that singing? Is that some church choir? Do I hear bells ringing?
Now, where that song came from, I really don't know. But the air kind of shimmered like full moon on new snow. The small crowd grew quiet. Nobody stirred. A light breeze brought a trace of incense and myrrh. There were angel-like voices on the air, cold and thin. And in just a few moments, everyone had joined in. None of us were musicians, but it turned out just right, as this crowd in the parking lot sang, Silent Night. The song finally ended. We all looked around. There was tacit agreement something lost had been found, and whatever magic that touched Franklin McGee had swept the whole crowd out in parking lot C. It was quiet again. We drifted apart, got back in our cars and drove off into the dark. And I thought to myself, one Christmas I'll see when I grow as young as Franklin McGee.